Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk English with Nasir, your spot for easy, real-life English conversations. I'm Nasir.
And I'm Jennifer.
Exactly. And just so you know, this is perfect for B1 level. But if you're intermediate, you're in a great place. And even if you're a solid beginner, you can still follow along.
Yeah, just take what you understand and let the rest wash over you like background music.
You don't have to catch every single word to improve your English. Just stay with us. So, Jennifer, how are you feeling this holiday season? More relaxed on the couch with a blanket or running around with shopping bags like crazy?
Great question. Honestly, it's a total mix. My legs are killing me from all the walking in stores, but oh man, my belly is in heaven. I've eaten way too many cookies already.
Too many cookies? That's honestly the best kind of problem.
Right? But yeah, my genes are screaming at me right now, like, Jennifer, what are you doing?
Fair enough. What about your stress level? Pretty chill or a little bit all over the place?
Somewhere right in the middle, you know? I love the twinkling lights and the cozy songs, but wow, the money part? That's the real headache.
Oh, yeah. Everything looks so magical and fun, but then your bank account suddenly messages you, hey, we seriously need to talk.
Exactly. It's like your bank account is sending you passive-aggressive texts. We need to set some boundaries, please.
That's the scariest sentence in any language, hands down. And that's exactly why we're here today.
Totally, because this time of year isn't just pretty lights and cute photos on Instagram.
Nope, it's also about gifts and money.
Yup, the pressure to buy the perfect presents, the constant feeling of being on a super tight budget, that awkward moment when your friend suggests something expensive and your heart quietly goes, I can't afford that at all.
Or when someone casually says, hey, let's do a gift exchange this year, and your brain immediately starts doing emergency math like a computer about to explode.
Yes, you're sitting there panicking. Okay, if I buy this and that and still pay my bills, am I even going to eat this month?
Precisely. So today we just want to sit with you, have a quiet, honest chat about gifts, money, and the holidays, all in simple, everyday English.
Just a relaxed, real conversation. And as we go, you'll pick up tons of natural phrases you can literally copy-paste into your next chat with friends or family.
And at the end, we'll do a slow, calm word review, so you can really lock those useful expressions into your brain.
You don't just hear the language, you keep it forever.
And if you're new here, hi, welcome. We're so happy you found us. Feel free to smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. We read every single one.
We'd love to hear from you. How do you feel about gifts and money during the holidays? Do you love giving presents, or do you sometimes feel stressed and pressured?
You can even just write one simple sentence in English in the comments, like, I'm on a budget this month, or I feel pressure to buy gifts. Anything at all. It's all good practice.
All right, get comfy. Maybe you're in the car, maybe you're cooking, maybe you're hiding from loud family for 5 minutes. Wherever you are, you're with us.
Take a deep breath and let's jump into something super real. What does being on a budget actually feel like during the holiday season?
Yeah, let's get into it. So, Nasir, when you hear someone say, I'm on a budget this year, what do you actually feel inside?
In my head, it feels a little tight, like someone's pinching my wallet with two fingers, going, careful now, buddy.
Yes, like your budget is on life support, barely hanging on.
Exactly. It's still breathing, but it's whispering desperately, please don't swipe me again.
For me, being on a budget feels like I'm at this huge, loud, shiny holiday party, but my budget is stuck on a strict diet in the corner.
A budget on a diet. Genius.
All around you, there's noise, lights, new outfits, massive dinners, but inside, you're quietly repeating, I'm short on cash, gotta be careful.
Short on cash nails that feeling. Not completely broke, but definitely no extra. You can pay rent and eat, but big gifts or trips? Nope, not happening.
And then you scroll social media and everyone's spending like there's no tomorrow. New phones, designer shoes, giant Christmas trees, mountains of gift boxes.
And you're just sitting there with your plain cup of tea thinking, wait, am I the only one actually on a budget?
And then that awful feeling hits. I have to keep up.
That phrase is so powerful. I have to keep up. It means feeling this invisible pressure to match what everyone else is doing, even when you really can't.
That's the true holiday stress. You're smiling on the outside, but inside you're doing frantic math.
You see a price tag and your stomach immediately goes, whoa, slow down there. Or you think, if I buy that, I'll be completely broke.
Broke means zero money left. Like, I can't even buy new socks this month. I'm totally broke after bills.
And that's exactly how the holidays can look picture perfect from the outside, but feel totally different inside.
So many of our viewers know this feeling. Students, people with regular jobs, people sending money back home to family.
People who love their families so much, but have to watch every single penny.
We don't talk about it enough, but being on a budget during the holidays is super common.
And guess what? Budget is not a dirty word.
Not even close. A budget is just a smart plan for your money.
Like, my holiday budget is $50. I'll get small gifts and some snacks, and that's perfect.
And on a budget just means you're actually sticking to that plan.
For example, I'm on a budget this year, so no expensive gifts for me.
I still remember my first year in a new city, new job, tiny salary. I was really on a budget.
How did that feel?
Rent, transport, food, then the holidays hit like a truck. My friends were buying big gifts, eating at fancy restaurants, planning trips, and I was just trying to save up for next year's rent.
That's so real, and save up is a perfect phrase here.
Yes, save up means putting money aside little by little for something important.
Like, I'm saving up for a new laptop, so I'm cutting back on coffee and snacks.
And cutting back just means reducing.
Exactly. I'm cutting back on online shopping, or I'm watching my spending.
Watching my spending means keeping a close eye on every dollar I use.
And sometimes family just doesn't get it. They say, why don't you buy something nice? It's only once a year.
And inside you're screaming because money doesn't grow on trees.
Classic line. Money doesn't grow on trees means money isn't easy to get. You have to earn it.
But if you're on a budget this year, hey, you're definitely not alone. Tons of people are quietly in the same boat.
So maybe the big question is, do gifts always have to be big and expensive?
Ooh, love that question. Because sometimes we think if it's not expensive, it's not good. Like the price equals how much you love someone.
But is that really true? I remember one year a friend gave me something small, just a little notebook, but inside she wrote the longest, sweetest note about our friendship and all our memories.
That's so beautiful.
It wasn't a fancy brand, it wasn't luxury, but it was so meaningful.
Meaningful is such a warm word. It means it has real heart behind it.
And another favorite, thoughtful. It means you really thought about the person, what they love, what they need, what might touch their heart.
Maybe it's personalized, like their name on it or an inside joke only you two get.
That makes someone feel so special.
Like when a friend made me a playlist of songs for every single mood I have. It felt way more valuable than anything from a store.
Or handmade stuff. My aunt once gave me a small handmade card. Tiny, but so full of meaning.
I love little but meaningful.
Or it has history. This gift has a story behind it.
And that's where we get the famous line, "It's the thought that counts."
Exactly. The love and care behind the gift matter way more than how much it cost.
So even if your gift is small this year, you can remind yourself, it's little, but it's meaningful. It's thoughtful. It's the thought that counts.
That phrase is like a little shield for your heart. It protects you from feeling not enough.
Gifts are only one piece of the puzzle, though.
True. Even if you choose simple, meaningful gifts, there's still something else that can stress you out big time.
Plans, dinners, trips. Let's go to this super fancy place.
And you look at the menu and your wallet just screams, "No, please."
Your wallet is literally begging, "Don't do this to me."
Inside, you're thinking, "I can't afford that," but you don't know how to say it politely.
But we've got you because this is real-life English people actually use every day.
So imagine your friends want to go to an expensive restaurant. You can say something simple and kind. I'd love to, but I can't afford it right now. Maybe next time.
It's polite, it's honest. You show you want to join, but you're protecting your budget.
Another smooth one. It's a little out of my budget this month.
That place looks amazing, but it's a bit out of my budget right now.
You can add, I'm trying to save up this month, so I'll have to pass on this one.
That shows you're not just saying no for fun, you're being responsible.
And if you still want to hang out, just cheaper, suggest, can we do something simpler or cheaper?
Like, how about coffee instead of dinner?
Or when paying, can we split the bill?
That means everyone pays their share.
Or let's go Dutch. Everyone pays for their own food and drinks.
Or, for a group, can we all chip in a little and keep it simple?
Chip in means everyone gives a small amount.
These phrases sound so natural and friendly. You're not criticizing their idea, you're just offering something your budget can actually handle.
And the best part? A lot of people feel relieved when someone says it first. They were thinking the exact same thing.
You're not just helping yourself, you're helping the whole group relax.
Now, let's talk about gifts that cost little or even nothing.
Yes, please. My wallet is cheering so loud right now.
There are tons of options that are low cost or completely free.
You can give your time, go visit someone who's feeling lonely.
Or your help. This year, my gift is that I'll help you clean your garage. Or I'll babysit for a couple of hours.
You can use your skills, cook something delicious, draw something special, fix something broken.
I made this for you instead of buying a gift.
Or, I wrote you a long letter instead of buying something expensive.
Or you can give experiences. Go for a walk together, have a cozy movie night at home, make a simple lunch date.
That's what we call quality time, spending real, present time with someone you care about.
This year, my gift is quality time. Come over one evening. We'll just talk and drink tea.
These gifts don't come from a store, they come straight from your heart and your time, and people usually remember them way longer than any object.
But even with thoughtful, low-cost gifts, sometimes people still feel bad.
Yeah, that heavy feeling called guilt.
Guilt is when you feel like you did something wrong.
And sometimes shame or embarrassment, like you want to disappear.
Everyone brings huge gifts, and you show up with one small bag. You start comparing, and inside you think, my gift is cheap. I'm not good enough.
You start feeling really small.
So if that's you, listen carefully. You gave what you could, and love isn't measured by price tags.
A price tag is just a little label with a number. Love doesn't need that at all.
And here's a really powerful English phrase. Live within your means.
That means spend only what you can comfortably afford, not what others expect you to spend.
I'm trying to live within my means, so I'm not using credit cards for gifts.
It's not selfish, it's actually very smart. You're protecting your future self.
Of course, even with the best plans, life happens.
Welcome to last-minute gifts.
I left everything until the very last second.
Last minute means doing something super late, right before the deadline.
I bought a last-minute gift on the way to the party.
One year, I waited way too long. I thought I had plenty of time. Then suddenly, boom, no time left.
I ran to the mall. It was completely packed, super loud, and everyone rushing around like crazy.
Crowded means full of people. Rush means moving fast because time is almost up.
Shelves were almost empty. Everything good was sold out.
Sold out means no more left in stock.
I panicked and grabbed the first thing I saw. I didn't even like it. I just thought, okay, this'll do, whatever.
And later, you're like, why on earth did I do that?
But you know the classic saying, better late than never.
Better late than never means it's better to do something late than not do it at all.
So if you're listening and you left gifts to the last minute this year, hey, it's okay. You're human.
Maybe this year was last-minute chaos. Next year, you can start just a little earlier.
One small step at a time.
And even if the gift isn't perfect, your heart was in the right place.
And always remember, it's the thought that counts.
In a minute, we'll do a slow word review to really lock in some of these useful expressions.
But for now, just think about one thing. Is there one area where you want to let go of money pressure and choose something simple, kind, and real instead?
Hold that thought.
Okay, let's do a little word tour.
I love this part. We slow down, pick up the words we used, and really hold them close.
No pressure at all, just listen. And if you feel like it, repeat after us. Let's start with money words. They popped up everywhere today. First, on a budget.
When you say, I'm on a budget, it means you have a money plan and you need to be careful. You can't just spend everything.
Example, I'm on a budget this month, so no expensive gifts.
Very close is short on cash.
I'm a little short on cash this week, so I can't go out.
And when something's too expensive for your plan, it's out of my budget.
That restaurant looks great, but it's out of my budget right now.
These three are best friends. On a budget, short on cash, out of my budget. Super useful in real conversations.
Stronger one, broke.
When you say, I'm broke, it means I have zero money left. Please, no more plans.
I'm not going out this weekend. I'm broke after rent.
To fix that, we save up.
Saving up means putting money aside little by little for something big.
I'm saving up for a new phone, so I'm not buying clothes right now.
And to save up, you often cut back.
Cutting back means reducing. I'm cutting back on eating out, or I'm cutting back on online shopping.
Full sentence, I'm broke, so I'm cutting back because I want to save up.
Now let's move to gifts. We talked about a meaningful gift.
It's not about the price, it's about the heart behind it.
My friend printed a photo of us and wrote a note. It was small but meaningful.
Also thoughtful.
Thoughtful means you really considered the person, what they love, what they need.
She gave me a thoughtful gift. She remembered my favorite book.
And the classic, it's the thought that counts.
The love and care behind the gift matter more than how much it cost.
Even if it's small, you can say, it's meaningful, it's thoughtful, it's the thought that counts.
For going out, split the bill.
Split the bill means everyone pays part. Dinner was great, let's split the bill.
Or let's go Dutch. Everyone pays their own.
A big life phrase, live within your means.
Spend only what you can afford comfortably, not more than you earn, not just to impress people.
I'm trying to live within my means, so I'm not using credit cards for gifts.
Last minute.
Doing something right at the end. I bought a last-minute gift on the way.
And some feeling words. Pressure, guilt, embarrassment.
Pressure is that heavy feeling you have to do what everyone else is doing.
I feel pressure to buy big gifts because everyone posts them online.
Guilt is feeling like you did something wrong. I felt guilty because my gift was small.
Embarrassment is feeling shy or awkward.
I felt embarrassed when everyone had huge gifts and I only brought a small one. These feelings are normal, but you don't have to stay stuck in them.
Last word, affordable.
Affordable means not too expensive. You can pay for it without big problems.
We found an affordable place for our holiday meal.
Or, I'm looking for affordable, meaningful gifts this year.
That's beautiful English right there.
You don't have to remember everything. Just pick 1 or 2 phrases you love and try using them this month.
And drop a sentence in the comments using today's words.
Like, I'm on a budget this year, but I'm giving meaningful gifts.
Or, we split the bill at dinner.
Or, I'm trying to save up and cut back on shopping.
We love reading what you write. It feels like we're all learning together.
And if today helped you even a little, hit like, subscribe, or share this with a friend who's also stressed about gifts and money.
Maybe someone who needs to hear, hey, it's the thought that counts.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us.
Take care of your money, take care of your energy, and most importantly, take care of your heart.
We'll talk to you again next time. Bye.
Your English journey doesn't stop here. Click the next video or check out more we picked just for you. See you soon.